Everyone to the February 22nd meeting of the Human Services Committee. Everyone has today's agenda in front of them. I'd like to first call the meeting to order and ask for an approval of the minutes of the prior committee meeting from January. Supervisor Frazier and Supervisor McGowan on the second. Thank you. All of the committee should have received a kind of a monthly synopsis that Social Services Commissioner Hanchett sent us this past week, just kind of updating. And I don't believe that there's going to be any discussions on Department of Social Services or Veteran Services this month. Both departments certainly have told me that there's going to be a number of agenda items to discuss next month. So let's go to the Countryside Adult Home agenda, and the director, Amy, is with us. If we could hear from her, please. We've got a couple of requests, and why don't we do those individually? Good afternoon, Amy.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Go ahead.
The first request is for a full-time food service helper, grade 3, and it's due to retirement. This lady's worked for us and dedicated 30 years, so tomorrow's her last day. So I'd like to, I'm sorry.
Thank her for her service. Do I have a motion to bring that to the floor, please? Mr. McGowan? Frazier, thank you. Discussion?
Question?
Yeah, sir.
Thank you. Sure. Did you say grade 3 or grade 2?
It's a grade 2.
That's what I thought. I thought you said 3. I know 3 is next, but grade 2. All right. Thank you, Amy.
I may have misspoke.
No worries. Carry on.
And I will look over my my right shoulder so I can see people on Zoom if you want to wave or weigh in on votes. So we've got a motion. We've got a second. All in favor of request number 1, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No abstentions. So carried. Number 2, please.
It's a request for notice of intent to fill for a part-time institutional aide, grade 3, and that was due to resignation. The position is mandated and 50% reimbursable.
Okay, thank you. A motion to bring that to the floor, please. Supervisor McGowan. Oh, Supervisor Smith, thank you, on the second. Any discussion or questions for Amy on that request? I'll call the question. All in favor? Say aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? So moved. Thank you. Request number 3, please.
That's to renew our service agreement with our registered dietitian. And there is no change to this contract at all. Same $42 an hour, same term, 2 years. We're very fortunate, considering our rural area, to be getting her services. And we are required, as per Department of Health, to have RD services.
Thank you. A motion to bring that to the floor, please. Supervisor Frazier and Supervisor Smith on the second. Thank you. Any discussion or questions for Amy on that request for the dietitian? Okay, I will call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? So moved. That is it for the requests, Amy?
Yes.
Okay. Any discussion items?
The census, being that we're in the middle of a pandemic and I'm probably overly cautious, remains at 33. We did have a death and we did require 2 residents to go to a higher level of care. I feel like once everybody, the community is vaccinated, we won't have any problem getting that census up into the 40 range where we were.
Great, and that seems to be the consensus from what I'm reading, both locally, statewide, and nationwide as far as similar types of facilities. So thank you for that information. Any comments about the overtime report?
The only thing I want to mention is the overtime, it is a little bit higher than it was last year at this time, but we also had 33 residents in isolation for 10 days. So that took a little bit of extra staffing to make that work. So all in all, I don't think it's terrible.
So noted, I can see that. Any other questions or comments for Amy?
Well, the only thing I'd like to say is, Amy, thank you. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. I would like to mention that we have vaccinated 100% of the residents. 95% of them have had their 2-dose vaccine, leaving only 5% with having vaccination number 1. And we have vaccinated 90% of the staff. So I'm really encouraged by that, and I'm hoping that we'll see a difference come spring.
That is good news.
And I'd just like to add to that, I appreciate your working with Don Lehman and our COVID website to at least share some information and photographs of what's happening up at Countryside with the large number of individuals that access that on a regular basis. So thank you for that. I do see, I thought I saw Commissioner Hanchett. Is he still? Okay. Chris, do you have any thing that you'd like to say? I know that you don't have any agenda items, but the floor is yours if you have anything to add.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Chairman. We have really made some progress here with this capital plan for Countryside, and I'd like to just thank everyone that's been involved in that. Obviously, the planning department has done a lot of work. Wayne and Pat have done an incredible job, and staff at Countryside has helped as well with getting the details out there that needed to be looked at. And of course, we had the Beardsley report, which just really went through the place. It was a lot of work for these people, and I want to thank them. And I really want to thank this Board of Supervisors for all their support and work on this. I know that it was a couple years ago when, it was Supervisor Frazier, then Supervisor Simpson, now Assemblyman Simpson. And of course, we had Supervisor Conover there too. So, a lot of work went into this, and I know that this board has been supportive. So thank you all very much. I've been watching some of the proceedings, and it just really makes me feel good that people are supporting this, because it's an important part of our community and our county. So thank you all very much.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Any other questions or comments from supervisors? I'll ask Mr. Lehman if we have any comments from the public.
Hello, Chairman Driscoll. No comments on YouTube right now.
Great. Thanks very much, Don. There being no additional items or discussions, I will ask for an adjournment. Supervisor and Supervisor Frazier, McGowan and Frazier, we're adjourned.